What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video we're going to go through the changes that I've made to my Trading212 portfolio, and I've also added in additional capital to this portfolio. But before we get into today's video, if you're new around here, it'd be great if you consider subscribing to this channel for more related videos, as it would really help this channel out going forward. So with that being said, let's dive right into today's video. So since the last video, we've changed an awful lot in terms of the way I have these pies laid out. So as you can see up the top here, we currently have €3,147 in the portfolio. And as I said, I've added in €500 earlier today. Now I'm after dividing up the pies a lot more. So you can see here I have a pie per sector. So we have the communication services that I have €400 invested in. We have the consumer discretionary sector that I have 152 currently in. Consumer staples, we have €200. The energy sector, we have 49. ETF, we have €501. In the financial sector, we just have under 300 invested. In the healthcare sector, we have €199. Industrials, 100. Materials, 50. Real estate, 78. The technology sector, 1,013. Utilities, 50. And I've also come up with another pie as well called the YouTube pie. So I kind of come up with that idea that any kind of obscure or kind of speculative stocks that I talk about in my YouTube videos, I might put in a few euro here and there into these stocks, and we'll go into that later on once we actually go into that portfolio. If you have seen any of my prior Trading212 videos, you would have known that we only had 3 portfolios at the time. So we had the ETF portfolio, the dividend portfolio, and the growth portfolio. Now the problem I had with that, and the reason that I'm actually after kind of doing sub pies into each of the 11 sectors, is because, for example, in the dividend portfolio, if the financial sector was all down, well then, and let's say another one was up, then the dollar cost average wasn't actually utilizing correctly there. So what I found is that now, because I have it split out by sector, if any one sector is in the red, it'd be a lot easier to dollar cost average them in that particular sector. So that's the kind of reason why I kind of split out these pies a lot more. So today's video is more of an FYI of what I have in each of these pies. So let's start off the communication services sector pie. We have 3 holdings. We have Facebook, Walt Disney, and AT&T. In terms of weightings, we have 50% of this allocated funds to Facebook, 40% to Walt Disney, and 10% to AT&T. So you can see here we have €400 invested in this pie as of now. In terms of consumer discretionary, we have €151 invested, and we have just 2 holdings at the moment. We have 50% of the holdings in the weighted to Tesla and 50% to McDonald's. In terms of the consumer staples sector, we have 3 companies as of now, and we have just under €200 invested. We have Coca-Cola with a 40% holding, Pepsi with a 30% holding, and P&G with a 30% holding. In energy, we currently have just under €50 invested, and we have 2 companies, so we have ExxonMobil and Chevron. Next up then will be our ETF. So we just have the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF solely in this, so it's 100% weighted, and it's currently worth about €500. Next, we have the financial sector, and in here we have 3 companies. So we have Bank of America, JP Morgan and Chase, and Goldman Sachs. This portfolio is currently worth just under €300, and the weightings, we have 40% in the Bank of America, 30% in JP Morgan and Chase, and 30% in Goldman Sachs Group. Next, we have the healthcare sector. We currently have just under €200 invested in this, and the 3 companies we have are Johnson & Johnson with a 60% weighting, AbbVie with a 30% weighting, and Pfizer with a 10% weighting. We then have in the industrial sector, we currently just have €100 in this invested, and the 2 companies, we have 7% of the weighting to 3M, and we have 30% of the weighting to Caterpillar. In the material sector, we just have the 1 at the moment. So in the materials, we have Barrick Gold, and we just have €50 invested in this, and it's the 100% weighting. Again, in real estate sector, we just have the 1 company, Realty Income, at 100%, and we currently have about €78 invested in this. The tech sector is currently our biggest holding as of now. It has just over €1,000, and it has 4 companies. So it has Microsoft with a 25% weighting, Amazon with a 25% weighting, Apple and Alphabet Class A, both with a 25% holding. And our final two pies are firstly the utility sector, and we just have the one company in here, Waste Management, with 50 euro invested. And finally, the portfolio pie that I discussed at the beginning of this video. So any speculative or kind of growth companies that aren't blue chip that I discuss in my videos, I might actually start investing. So to put my money where my mouth is, start investing in some of these. Obviously, it won't be large volumes of money invested, but you can see here we discussed Workhorse in a video a few days ago. So I just put 50 euro on this, and it's currently up about 3.86%. So I think that'll be kind of interesting to do as well in the long term, to have this YouTube pie or portfolio. And even as well, we'll open up the floor as well in the comment section in these discussion videos. And if anyone has suggestions of companies that they'd like to have in here, well, I can do my own research on those, and then I can get back to you and I can say if I put them into this portfolio or not. And again, this is more of a kind of a fun portfolio, if you'd say, as in I wouldn't mind if the money got taken away or if it increased. But I think that's a good idea going forward, and it kind of engages my viewers as well. So it's a win-win overall, I think. So with that being said, that brings the end to today's video, guys. I just wanted to give a brief rundown of the big enough changes in this portfolio over the long term. So we currently have 3,145 euro, which is about 3.1% towards a 100,000 euro invested goal that I hope to have in the next 2 to 3 years. So thanks very much, guys. If you like this video, please smash that like button. And if you're new around here, please consider subscribing to this channel. And again, comment below on your views and opinions of this current portfolio and the way I have it structured out. Thanks very much, guys, and I'll see you all in the next video.